안녕하세요. 플랜스에서 온 아이브입니다.
2015, that's nearly 10 years ago. How was it to arrive as a black man in Korea at that time?
Technically, I'm from Cameroon and Ivory Coast. I was surprised also because people like look at me also, was stare at me also as well. Also, I couldn't speak it, but people, ask like in English if I'm from US. So I say, no, I'm from France. And they were surprised, because for them, I think like most black people they're from US or in Africa. So even once, they ask me if my mother language is French. I say, yes, I'm from France. So yeah.
Definitely. I mean, when I saw your Instagram and we met today for the first time, I see, okay, the fashion and everything. He's black. He's probably African-American.
No.
And I saw me and thinks, okay, name Hakim. Like this. He's probably Algerian.
Yeah, and speak French also. Yes. So that's why I was like, maybe it's from like a French speaker country. Maybe it's from Maghreb. So okay.
You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, as we say.
Exactly. It's like also Jack also. It's like a white guy from UK, speak Arabic. I say, damn, how he can speak Arabic. So that's really amazing. That's really interesting. It shouldn't be for me because it's like, we should like learn every language in the world if you want. But these days, like, okay.
It's not common, is it?
Yeah, it's not common. So that's why, yeah.
So how did it change over time then? You have a wife, but you also have a daughter. So
yeah.
Could you explain the whole journey of then like your time in Korea and how perceptions changed as well?
Perception changed, yeah. When I came, like first time, we go to my family-in-law. It was really great. They accepted me directly like as their son. They helped me, us also, my wife and me also. Financial help also as well. And this is not common also, in Korea. And the perception of the people when we are in the street, I was only with at that time, it was my girlfriend. They check like, and they check her like, oh, she dates black guy. So I think probably didn't meet his parents, always like that. Because people, think also always like, oh, Korean, when the Korean family with foreigners, they're not open, or at least if they speak English, it means they're open mind. But my family-in-laws accepted me directly. They're from Busan. They don't speak any English. And her family is from Busan or Kime. So Kime is a small city near Busan, But they accepted me and I'm black. So it means everything is possible. And it's not about like people speak English or not, It's just about like the mentality of the people. Words is not enough in this world, is a mind, People see the soul, You can see the soul, when someone talk to you, It's not about because we speak the same language or, okay, he's open. No, I just interpret my things, what I want to say, So it's different. When I was alone with my wife, they think, that black guy. When she was pregnant, they was curious. They check sometimes her belly. They was curious. And now they see my daughter, they're happy. They say, oh, Ipura. It means like she's beautiful. They're always smiling. They're really happy to see her. Even old people, like young people, like all generation. They're really happy, So, yeah, time will be changed, and it's normal, So we have to adapt about the situation. And
that's it. The media does, unfortunately, show a lot of stories about xenophobia and racism.
Yeah.
But Jack and I, especially if we hear it, that it's the old people who are so conservative. But we walk in the street and we see many Harapoji, Haramoni generation, and they are so friendly to me and Jack when we're together.
Yeah.
So you wanted to say something about that?
No, you say.
No, that was it basically.
Yeah, it's true. But it's like earlier when we take like tea and water. The old lady, she was impressed. She was happy because we can read her hunger, Yeah, it's not about a generation for me. It's just about mind, about soul, If you're open, there is always bad people or good people in any age, any generation, It's not only old people, No. Some people are really nice. And my family-in-law, I can say it because they accept me black guy, and they're old also as well. But it was good, It was really good. First time I met them, they was happy to see me.
So what did you have to do to adapt? Can you give us the story?
First, when you adapt somewhere, you have to understand the culture of the people, and their history also, I think. Because all the civilization, develop it on their way, They didn't waiting for you to develop it, I don't come here and say, oh, you have to do this, I'm from France, or blah, 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 blah. No, I have to understand first the culture once they think like that. It's not mean I agree with that, but I have to understand it. Adaptation is really important and to be humble. When you adapt somewhere, you're humble, It's humility, So you have just to understand. And these days, I think in this world, some people forget that, They're not humble anymore, They saw something different, they already judge like that. And they already criticize. But you have to understand when people act like that and what is their history also, to act this way, And after, maybe you're not going to be agree with the way they act, but you're going to understand it. That's the most important thing, to understand each other.
So how has that actually played out for you in Korea? Do you have any specific examples you could mention?
For example, the morning in Korea, when you eat rice. In Europe, we eat something sweet, But I cannot say like, oh, I want my cereal, I want my croissant. I cannot say that, I have to, okay, here's like that. So I adapt, I'm going to take it, I'm going to take a bit and I'm going to eat and adapt,
My friend, when I met his parents,
yeah,
he said like, Hakim, I know you like to talk a lot, but with my mom and her friends, only speak when they speak to you. Okay. So I had to adapt to that. Are there any things like that you can...
It's same also. Like in Korea, there is like the way you talk, with older people and young people. But in French, we have also vous and tu, But here, even in the family, in French, I can say, for example, tu to my grandma because we are all family members. In Korea, you can't do this. You have to talk like honorific. It's not even like nopinmal, as they say, it's chondenmal. It's more honorific, like you talk with your boss. You have to speak like that, Yeah. So, yeah, it was a bit different because sometimes to say, for example, Pabel mogo soyo is mean, did you eat, But with older people, you have to say Pabel de soyo. And once I say Pabel mogo soyo to my mother-in-law, my wife directly say, oh, si do seyo. I say, oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, it was the first time when like a few months after I was started learning Korean. So I was, oh, okay. So it's like, yeah, a bit different like that. Yeah. And also you cannot like talk like freely with them, there is some distance. So always also, for example, my wife has a cousin, just 7 years older than her, But when I was in Solnal, I say to her, but you don't speak that much to your cousin. She told me, of course, because he's older than me, so I can speak about what? But I said, yeah, this was before, because you have just 7 years different. You have just 7 years gap, But because from their childhood, they was grow up like that, with kind of distance a bit. So even when they get old, there is kind of also distance also. With my family, with my aunt and uncle, we don't have like a huge gap difference, Yeah. So we have like 5 years, 10 years gap with my uncle and aunt. I was grew up like it was my older sister or older brother, but I know it's my uncle and aunt, so I respect also that. But I can talk like freely now because I'm also adult. They're adult also as well, of course. So we can talk, but it's a bit different, yeah.
It reminds me because I went back to Réunion with CJ. So CJ is my Korean hyung. I've known him for a long time. And we ate at one of my friend's house. So Raphael invited us to his house with his parents and his siblings. And the conversation was like this, with French and, they're Creole, but it was very open discussions, talking about tout et rien. You're like talking about everything and nothing, you know?
Yeah.
And CJ, he's a Korean guy. He said to me, took me to the side. I was so shocked. I've never had an open discussion like this with my friend's parents. And we're just talking about, one moment politics, next, oh, the weather's nice and the food's good, but just showing our opinion.
Yeah.
So was that something you had to get used to as well?
Yeah, that's thing also here in Korea also. In Europe, I French and I think Europe also as well, we talk about politics. We like talk about politics story, Above all, French people also, they like talk, like talk about politics. Always give an opinion, that's really important, But here is not like that. With a friend here, they don't talk about politics because if they're not agree each other, they can cut the relation. Here is like, is a country, but they have to make one, it's the same culture and same education they have. So you don't have to divide. So that's the thing also I learned also. You don't have to divide people because here, the way they speak, the way they behave, they are like all family members in Korea. Where we are more individual about opinion. Here is more they have to make it everything together, When they speak, when they say my brother, they say our brother. They talk like that. So they really like, so that's why you don't have to divide. So that's why they don't talk about this kind of topic. They can make divide, people. So that's the thing.
What are some of the things you've liked about the differences?
The administrative is really fast. It's really fast, man. It's really convenient in Korea. Yeah, man. Really.
The things just happen.
Just happen. Wow. Yeah, you go to the bank, you open your bank account the same day, you go with your card. I was surprised. First time, I was like, wow. Because in France, it takes like 3 weeks. And they send you card with you code, you passcode. Yes. No, they send you card and you code, but here you make your own code.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You make your own code, you have your card, and you go after at home. So first time I saw that, I say, I say to my wife already. She said, yes, here is fast. Everything is fast. So that's really good. Everything is open. The Pianijam, the convenience store, is open 24 hours. So that's really good. That's really amazing also as well here. Yeah.
There's an idiom in Korean that like two people who have different political ideologies, they cannot eat together.
Yeah.
And there's, if maybe someone in the comments from Korea can put the exact idiom there, because it's exactly what you said there.
Yeah, you have to unite people here. It's like that. The society is mainly like that. So that's why you have to follow the rules. Everyone has to follow the same rules. You don't have to have someone say, I want to go this way. No, you have to go this way because of the society here. You live with the society. So you have to go this way,
I think it kind of links to what you said earlier about approaching with humility, right? Like being humble and
being humble. Yeah. So you have to understand that. Yeah. You don't have to say, why they do like that? Or they don't think themselves. No, that's the society makes it like that. When you see Korea, like all family member here, you can see, you can feel it.
But was that ever difficult?
You have to find a way to talk, to say, but at the same time, you have to say, I understand. Okay, that's why I understand situation, but me, I get used to do like way. So, okay, it's okay for next time. And above all, if you work in the entertainment, you have to understand some situation. Everyone know everyone, So you have to be careful also the way you have to behave also as well.
Are there any similarities between the Korean and African cultures that you grew up with?
I heard in Korea, the night you don't whistle.
Why is that?
Why? In African culture, for us, in African, you don't do this because you can call the bad spirit, something like that.
Yeah, in Pakistan, they have a lot of these kind of things.
I think Korea, you don't do this as well. After here, they have also, I think, but not too similar, but in Africa, we have something with spirits, with spiritism, something. In Korea, they have something with shamanism also. Shamanism. That's a bit kind of similar with the spirit and your body, something like that. Yeah. They have this. So if you see Korean movies, sometimes there is this kind of history, with the shamanism,
How about like discipline and things like that?
My family also was a bit strict, but it's hard sometimes to keep it, when you're in another country, because you have your value, but you're also influenced about outside. I don't know if for you it was same. I don't know for you it was same like with Ghanaian, but Pakistan, but you was in England. So you see friends also, it's difficult to keep really 100% sometimes, the nights, you don't clean the house. you don't sweep the floors the night, because it means you want to put someone outside. This was when I was kid also, I learned this. And also when you cut your nail or your hair, you flush in the toilet because in Africa, if someone take your nail or your hair is a witch, witchness can do bad things to you. So I grew up with that. In Korea, with my wife, I couldn't keep this. I did at the beginning, and she has always complained, why you do this when you I say, it was a bit fast. I say, okay. So I complain.
It's hard. Like that's it. You mentioned something really interesting about having multiple identities. As obviously you're French, you have origins from other places. And now you have to adapt to a new culture. And I think for your daughter, that's going to be even more interesting.
Like that. Yeah. It's true. That's difficult. But after, you have to adapt. But just as I said, understand why people do it, because we don't do something like that, because we do like that. There is always a reason. So when you married with someone with another culture, you have to do some concession also sometimes. But still have to understand, this way.
I found it interesting when you said, if you marry someone, you marry their culture.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. And in Korea, you married also with family, like also in Africa. You married also with the family. But so people can interfere. But in Africa, they interfere sometimes. There's some problem. But here with my family, not really, they don't interfere, but, they can ask, how is it, it's not like, it's not like when you married only with one person, People also are interested, also want to know also what's happened also in your house,
We often hear stories that like, people were not accepting of Black people in families, but actually, if we're honest, in the African community, some people are not always open to other cultures as well. So I'm wondering, of course, from your African side of the family, how was it to accept, like, we have an Asian in the family now?
No, they didn't care.
Really?
They didn't care. They didn't care. They say, if you're happy, it's okay. My mom thinks I'm kid. She told me, I don't care were you married. Just if you're happy, it's the most important. And if the people respect also your parents, just this. But after they don't care, because I have also my uncle is married with a Korean, but they live in Canada. But she was born in Korea and she immigrated in Canada when she was a kid. And they have also kids also. So they don't mind. Yeah. My grandma also didn't mind about, we have Asian because no. And also my uncle was always interested about Asian when he was kids, when he was teenager. So my grandma already knew, okay, he's gonna marry with Asian. So okay, yeah, she couldn't, yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's why, yeah, okay. So no, my mom didn't care. My father was happy. So that's the most important things.
It's interesting though, because again, you did identify a key similarity about respecting for parents. There's no tolerance for disrespect. In that regard, right? So I'm sure that your daughter is going to have to she's going to go with a lot of respect on both sides.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, she has to. That's why I always call my family in video and I show my daughter and she has to talk with them. But she doesn't talk yet, but they talk to her because I want, she knows also both of sides and she respects both of sides, because if she grew up with one side, it's not that good, as well, because after she's not going to be close,
In France, it's very clear, like, these are the Renoir, these are the Robert, these are the, was it Blanc? Yeah, like going from that, you said you then moved to the countryside.
Yeah.
And that was more white. And now you're there. So any experiences to share from those three stages?
So when I was kid, so we, in Paris, in suburb of Paris, everyone was mixed, I mean, every ethnicity lived together, like white people, from maybe sometimes from Italy, Portuguese, from Spain, or from other country like ex-Yugoslavia country. At that time, it was Yugoslavia when I was a kid, but now it's changed. And with some Asian, like Hindu, Indian, Pakistan, like Laotian, because we have Cambodian, Laotian. In French, we have, because of colony, Vietnamese, we have a lot also, and black people, like many countries, and Maghreb also. And I was living in the neighborhood like Cité. So everyone know everyone at that time. So it was like a bit like family. Not like now, but now when I was kid, I can share, like, you can knock the door to your neighborhood and ask her for his vacuum cleaner. We can ask like that. You come, me, all my neighbor, I was kid, say knock the door. Yeah. Oh, can you give me your vacuum cleaner? I'm gonna use. Yeah, okay, take it. And he's doing it back, So it was really like funny. And also when I was kids, I have also friends also from Maghreb, from Tunisia, Algeria, Moroccan. And during La Eid, they knock the door. Oh, we have like a cake, Arabic cake from La Eid. So it was really like family. Now I don't think now we can find anymore now in this day, We have too much division with some problem, and I don't think so, So I miss that time. But I stay until 13 years, so I go to the countryside. And yeah, it's changed. When I came to my first time in my classroom, I saw only white people. I was the only black. So I was, okay. So I can overcome it. I went after, during the break time, I went to the school. I was really the only black guy. And there was like maybe 400 students, or maybe 500, around 500. I was the only black guy. Say, oh, so, okay. So that's changed. So, but, it was also good because I saw also like another view about France also, So that's why in French, when we say you're from Paris, all French people say Paris is not France, because it's totally different. And it's true, France is kind of, all regions, they have their own flag. So they have their kind of identity, but not all, but still a bit, And so it was different. But I grew up with white people after, and it was cool also as well. I go to the dormitory in high school. I have a lot of fun there. We do a lot of a lot of jokes, to the monitor. So it was really fine. It was really good. But it's changed, It's really changed. But the thing is, people from the suburban, some people, they only stay there, They only grow up there. They only stay there. They think this is the life, only stays there. And people from countryside also only stay there. So both of them, they stay only in their place, and some people don't go out, And after, I went to Canada. So that's why different also. And, before I was like reserved, I was really reserved people. Even now, I'm a bit reserved people, but I was in Canada and it was another culture, North American people talk, in French, we don't do this because we say, oh, this guy talk too much like that. We don't like that. But there, you have to talk, you have to introduce yourself. And I gained a bit confidence about that. And that's why after, I changed a bit.
And I think based on all of that, right? France in different places, then to Canada, coming to Korea, you're already used to changing and adapting with different people.
Yeah, exactly. So when I came here also, I adapt also people. I change. I start to learn the language also because you cannot come to the country and don't make effort to learn the languages, because if you don't learn, you cannot understand, how people think. You cannot understand their feeling. And so it's kind of rude. You in the country, you don't speak any word of the language. In Europe, if people came, they don't speak the language, we also point of them, oh, you don't speak the language. Oh, you didn't adapt. But in Europe, they say integration. But I don't like this word because you cannot integrate. You're not robot. It's adaptation. For me, it's adaptation. So in Europe, it's same. If you don't speak any language in the country where you live, people also going to be mad. So when you come to other country, you have to be humble also. And also, you have to think also, I have to start from zero, because in Europe, as we talked earlier, there is some people that qualify from Africa, from any country in Asia, but they do like job, like, in not relation on their qualification. So it's going to be same also for you also when you come as a European, like passport, as European, you have to do same, So that's why adaptation is really important also. And first learn the culture and the history and the language to understand how the society thinks and understand how people work also. Because the work also is also different also here, than France, We cannot go back home before you boss, even if you finish. So you have to adapt also about this kind of situation also.
I really like what you said about learning the language and the culture, because in my opinion, they're actually linked. You can't really separate them.
Of course. It's linked. Even when you're from Africa, you speak French. They have also their word in French, Yeah, and I don't understand. But why? Because of their culture. So they have this word, So it's same here. When you learn the culture, Koreans, they live all together. Like the society live together. It's not like we live like in Europe, I have my opinion. So you have to adapt about that also, because as I said, the society, all society in the world grew up on their way. They didn't waiting for you, I was born in 88. Who waiting for me today? I'm not the Messiah, So I have to adapt, man. I have to adapt to the situation, And as we say, language and culture there is a link. The words come because of the culture also,
We saw that upstairs, right? Ivo was speaking to the lady, we bought a tea. And again, in my mind, I've heard all of this stuff on the media about, Koreans, they don't like foreigners and 외국인, and especially a black foreigner. And
yeah.
She was so happy. She couldn't stop complimenting you.
Exactly. But complimenting us.
Complimenting
us. No, it's true. We heard a lot of things like that. Yeah, I don't like black, but yes, there is bad people and good people in every ethnicity, everywhere, in all nationality. And as I say, my family-in-law, they are from like Busan and Kime, and they accepted me right away. And I'm black. So for me, everything is possible. It's just the mind of the people,
Unfortunately, the media doesn't help in that regard, like the mainstream media, because unfortunately, it's very polarizing.
Of course. But why? Because they want all people are divided. And like that, and you know, when you divide, politicians also, they are also happy, you know, because the politician are also big company, big, for example, you know, in French, we have like big company. During COVID times, they make a lot of money, huge money, really huge money. And the normal people, you know, lost the money, you know. So they need to find something to divide people than united people, because if you're all united, we can see, you know, the real things, you know, in the world. And for me, it's good. Yeah, I mean, I'm positive, always positive. Positive is the key of the success. If you're negative, people, no one gonna help you.
I've heard it so much before that traveling as a Pakistani person, these people are all racist. And I get there, you're polite to people. You try in the language, you know, you don't have to be fluent, but you just give respect. 9 times out of 10, they're always positive and just grateful that you're there. And you know, if I'm a Pakistani person or a white person or a Korean and I'm rude, and then I'm gonna get bad treatment.
Of course. I'll go back to your country. Go to the airport. You're gonna say that. But it's true. It's always respect, and humility is really important also.
I really like when you come across like curious people as well. A couple of months ago, I was in Thailand. We were in Thailand, but I spent some time in the islands. I was driving around motorbike, and some villages that like I didn't see any foreigners. You know, so I'm like, yes, I've made it, you know, finally I'm in real Thailand, and they're all looking and they're tapping their friends. Oh, look. But they're not being horrible. Like they're just like, whoa, I've never seen this before.
They don't expect, because they think we don't have interest also to go there also. I think in Asia is like that, you know. They think maybe we don't have interest about them also, you know. Oh, how do you know that when I talk about something? Oh, how do you know that? You know, they're curious because they think, oh, it's foreigner, so how he know this kind of stuff, you know. Normally, he maybe doesn't know or didn't care about this kind of stuff, you know. But I think there is that also. So that's why they're surprised also. They see you. They say, oh, look, that guy. Whoa, what he's doing here. Wow. He came to the village. He came to see why. You know, he's white. So he's from like rich country. So why is rich country come here? You know, he's kind of, so maybe kind of that also, I think.
So how was it then arriving to Korea? Because when you first came, you probably didn't speak the language.
Yeah.
To find work, how has that experience been?
So me, the first time I didn't work, I learned language. Is my wife work, and thanks to her because it was difficult. And after I was working a bit in a restaurant here, in restaurant during few months. After I back to France, I finished my studies there, and I back again. I graduate, but I wanted work. Like, I mean, you know, entertainment comes suddenly. It's my friends, you know, he sent me a casting call, you know, for Narcosense, like extra. And I did it. But at that time, I was teaching also French online every day. And when it came, so after I keep doing it. It was not what means, it was just like that. I keep doing it, and I make some network. And after I could work like full time in this field. Yeah. So, but it was kind of hard. So that's why it came. It was really suddenly. I was into entertainment. I didn't know even I could do this before. I didn't know. I didn't expect. And I didn't know there is visa for that also as well. But me, I don't need this visa because I'm married. But some people working in the entertainment here, they need visa for entertainment visa. So I was surprised. And now I can do this like full time. So I'm really blessed about that. And thanks to my wife, because during a while she was working also alone. So now it's me. And she care about the daughter. So now it's my turn.
What did you study? Can we ask your background?
Yeah, of course. I study like import-export. As an assistant import-export about documentation to sales, to send product in a foreign country, you know.
Because I'm just trying to think, is that in any way related to being an entertainer? So it's quite interesting.
Related, yeah. So that's why, yeah. I was, now I'm saying, oh, wow, I did like that. But it's work. So it's work.
You must meet people from all over the place, all over the world in
entertainment. Yeah. So that's why that's important, is make good network, and also work good also as well, because production, many people see you, you know. Me, I'm focused more about acting, but I do, like, if there is something is not acting but related to the entertainment, I gonna do, because you don't know who you meet. Yeah, because the network is like that. You don't know who you meet. So that's why I don't judge people by appearance, something like that. Because in the entertainment, some people judge, they see you there. They judge, oh, no. But me, I don't judge. I just try to talk and keep good relation. That's really important, and make a good network, and also help each other also, like help people also to find job, help each other, because help each other also, it's a key of the success, because I have information, I know.
And you were saying that nowadays there are more foreigners on Korean TV.
Yeah.
So how has that impacted things here?
Now it's famous. Korea is a trend, and the thing, so many foreigners come, but people see many foreigners sometimes as a competitor. That's the thing also. Some people see many, because we have a lot now, but it's okay, I think people sometimes have lack of confidence, When you do this kind of job, you have to be unique. You have to have unique face, my hairstyle, I keep it. That's why I keep it. Here is unique. Maybe in Europe, I don't know some have, but for me, it's unique here, so I keep it. And you have to find also some skills to do, not to do the same. And you don't have to compare to others. That's the thing, is people compare to others. And when you compare to others, you lost yourself, because you compare. So you want to do like this kind of people you compare. No, you have to keep doing you. Life is only timing. If people's success about in a drama or something like that, you have to be happy for him, because it's his time. Your time will come. So that's why you have to be positive also as well. Your time will come, even in 10 years, 20 years. If you keep doing, work hard, always pay. So it will come. You have to work each other to be united. And if you have some information, I can give you, and upside down also as well,
Like they say in French, comparaison n'est pas raison. It's useless to compare yourself to people.
Yeah.
And this society, I love Korea. There's so many like positive values here, especially in the older generation, but it is very competitive. So surviving in that, did you ever notice, like, did you have some difficult moments based on the competitiveness here?
Even here is very competitive, but you have to stay focused only about yourself, Even some people compare each other. Yeah, I know it's hard, because always something compare, but you have to be yourself. Always focus about yourself. Don't let some things like, bother you, disturb you, No, just keep yourself. You discipline. Always try to work hard. Always try to apply to some gigs. Try to work. As I said, after I'm gonna go to a practice, because I'm gonna do a theater in October, it's gonna be my first time. This is about network also. I got it, So I'm gonna practice, even it's hard. Practice, but just discipline. Just discipline is really important for me. These days, there is a lot of problem everywhere, but it not means there is a lot of problem anywhere that we cannot overcome it. And the way we can overcome it is just to not judge people by appearance or by ethnically, and try to understand people also culture, because this earth, is really big, but also small at the same time, is also narrow at the same time, because we can everyone know each other. Don't judge people about the religion, about ethnicity. Just understand why the people sing the way they sing, because the society didn't waiting for you to develop on their own way, and everything will be good, everything will be good. So just do your stuff, guys. Be also positive, because positive people gonna receive always help from others people. Be positive, and you're gonna shine.